Well, it's arrived, the 2025 bow season. October 1st has come and gone. The weather has been really warm, hot, I'd say. Warm's not a good definition of what we've had. It's been really hot, too hot for me to even want to go out. But now finally it's cooled off. Highs of 60s in the 60s. And I'd say that's a good time to go out and pursue some deer. Well, it's about 9:30. The deer, I usually see them moving later in the morning, so the temperature dropped. It was like in the 80s and now it's in the 60s, so now I got a different wind too. A wind that I think should work better for this area. We'll see if anything comes through here. As you might be able to tell, I moved. I've been sitting here for a while now, so I think I'm just gonna go back in. It's probably about noon now. I made it to where I'm going to hunt tonight. It was hard getting back in here. I'm right by this busy road right here, and if I did get one, I'm gonna drag it that way, I think, because I walked through all of this. I have a nice clearing in front of me here. So I don't even think the deer would want to walk through what I walk through. So I would think if the deer are coming through here, they would come through this more open spot. But I've got this big tree behind me here. So I'll get the old chair out. This thing is really nice. I mean, this thing weighs virtually nothing. I forget how much poundage it can hold, but I think it's quite substantial. So we'll just use this tree as a backdrop here. And I've got tree and all kinds of fallen debris behind me to block my silhouette. And I got a relatively open in front of me. I might have to move some stuff around a little bit to get a clear shot just right through there. I think I might need to get some branches out of the way. I'm gonna make my way out of here. I can't get it out of my head about how hard it's gonna be to get back in the dark. So I'm gonna make my way out of this thick area, get to a spot where it's easier to get out in the dark and hunt there for the rest of the evening. So if I don't get back with you, it's because I didn't see anything. And I will see you on the next one then. All right, I'm out again. I'm still hunting kind of the same general area. I'm just trying different spots in that area. It's kind of the same funnel, I should say. So it's a long one that has a road, this busy road that's behind me, and then open areas, and then this woodsy area that I think should act as kind of a funnel. And back that way is where I would imagine the deer bed they did in the past. I mean, it changes. This changes every year. That's why it's so hard to hunt, because it's just caving in. All these dead trees are cave in. Like even I'll come out 1 month and then next month it'll be completely different because of all these trees falling over. Now most of these dead trees have fallen over. There's still some that haven't, but it is getting harder and harder to get through there. You know, it's getting to the point now where I think the deer might not even want to walk through it because it's such a tangly mess. But there's sign of them. I had my trail camera up, and there's sign of them on this funnel that I was speaking of. Yeah, so we'll see if anything creeps through here tonight. But it's so hit and miss. When I get the deer on the trail camera, it's like, it's just random. It's not like any kind of consistency. So just gotta be out here, I guess. It is, I mean, the does are coming through that I see during the day. I had one little buck that I got. He came through at night. There were some rubs along this, or I mean some scrapes along this that he hasn't freshened back up again. So we'll see how this works out. The wind is coming this way towards that road, so I'm pretty close to that road right now. And I'll try other things once the wind changes, but I don't want my scent blowing all into this. If I get a southwest wind, maybe I'll try to loop around to the back side of this stuff and try that out and see how that works. I've got this makeshift blind, this oak tree that the trees fell on, bent it over, and get underneath it. I got all the deadfall behind me, and this kind of shades me in here, I hope, enough to where they won't see me. My shooting lane's that way towards you, and we'll see what happens here. Well, I had this small spike buck come in. I didn't know at this time that it was a spike buck, but it ended up walking around about 10 yards downwind of me and gave me the stare down before deciding it might want to get out of the area. So we'll get our stuff packed up here. Can you see what I'm doing here? Oh, there it is. There it is. So we'll get all our gear packed up here. Get out of here. Well, I got the old tree stand out of the barn. It's old. The squirrels have gotten to it, eating the seat off. I had to get a new strap for it to put around the tree. But besides that, it's in good working condition. So let's go out there and see if we can find a spot to hang it today. Well, here's the spot I found. Some sign of a buck. There's a rub right here. Another one down over there. I saw further down this drainage here, there were some scrapes. Some fairly decent sized tracks. I don't think it's a big buck, but I think it's a buck. So I'm gonna try to find a spot around this area right here to set up. Thinking right up in this one. I'm thinking just about right here, actually. Okay, got it to this point. Put it right there for a second. Yeah, this will be fine. I'm up above where I can kind of see. But yet I'm not so high that And this tree is thick enough, I think, where it should be good. There you are. And we're secured in at least. All right, I'm not very high, maybe 15 feet at the most, if even that, but I like it. I have to get something out here. I broke some of these limbs off, but they're kind of poking me and stuff. But I can pull back. These limbs don't seem to be in my way here. So, should be good. Well, you probably can't see me, but I just made it in here to my tree stand before daybreak. I bumped one out coming in here, and I'm pretty sure it was a buck because I smelled that ruddy, musky smell coming through. So it kind of sucks in a way, but at least I know there's one in here. I'd rather not have bumped him. But we'll sit here this morning and see what happens. Now we have some shooting light. Feels like a good day for deer to come through. This feels right, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll get back with you. Thought I heard something there. I'll just give you a little perspective of my view here. Those sassafras trees down there, that's where I saw the rubs in there. But I have about 20 yards shot to down to that base of that tree in the middle of the screen there. And it's clear over there. It's about 25 yards across over to there. All right. I'm gonna get down. Sun's getting high up there in the sky. I don't know what time it is. I could check, but I don't feel like it. I'm ready to get down. So that's what I'm gonna do. Made it to the cabin here. Now we're just making our way back into the off-season road, seasonal road. Made it. The old generator. We'll just start by going for a walk down this road and see if we see any sign. You wanna come? Go for a walk? You wanna go for a walk with me? I don't even think I'm gonna go for a hunt tonight. It's already kind of late. The inside, I got wood flooring or fake wood flooring down and tile. There's a brick behind the fireplace now. This ledge right here got support beams. Got firewood, it looks like. It's frozen. I think we're gonna go run to the general store too and get some food. I ran to the store. Got a stash of goods, some Doritos, a bunch of beef jerky. Not a bunch, but a lot of money for some beef jerky. Beef jerky, some trail mix, some sandwiches, more trail mix, and chocolate. Get this thing plugged in. Easier said than done. There we go. I'm gonna turn the AC on this thing. There we go, we got lights. Well, I couldn't get the TV going, so I can't watch the movies tonight. I was trying and trying and trying. Probably try again too. Well, I just got it to work somehow. I don't know why it decided to work now, but it's working. I kept trying, walking away, coming, trying for a little while, and walking away and trying, and decided to work this time. The morning's arrived. It was raining last night. It was raining this morning too. It stopped now, it's just cloudy. But everything's damp now. I was kind of hoping for another day like yesterday. Yesterday was just like the perfect day, perfect autumn day. So I'm gonna make my way out and go hunting. Well, there's this old white pine here that died from the, whatever that disease it is that it gets. But I think this might be a good little spot here for the morning. It's pretty clear over there. I can shoot through there. See how this works out. Got my chair though. So we'll just hang out right in here and see what comes through here. Well, I'm back from the hunt. Didn't see anything. But we'll try again later, tonight. Well, my bridge is gone to go across this creek here. Right now it's really low compared to what it normally is. We had a really dry summer. But if you can see that stake right there, that's where my bridge was. And my bridge is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's right through there. So I might have to go get that. That bridge is to get to this tree stand here. That has been up there for at least 20 years. It's like one with the tree now. Wet, but felt like my feet were getting wet, but I don't know if they were. I don't think they were. It felt cold. There, get this over here. Well, I got it in place. The metal rod there, I pounded that in the ground. I had to find see that stick right there. I used that. I had to go up on high ground to find it though, because everything down here is all rotting. It was kind of more of a pain than it sounds to find that solid piece of dead wood. Then I had to break it in between some two tree trunks. So I got the metal there. That should prevent it from going downstream until the bank erodes like it did. That's what happened over here. But I lost the other one, so I just I found a cedar limb and I pounded that in on that side. So I'm gonna have to find something metal to put over there. Well, I think we're about to head out here. I chopped some trees down around a apple tree that's out there that it's one of the few, we have a bunch of apple trees out there, but it's one of the few that is actually producing apples. So there was a bunch of, I believe, big tooth aspen poplar trees that were growing around it. So I cut some of those down around around it, and so hopefully now it can get some more sun. I'm surprised it was producing apples in the shade like that, but it is. Hopefully it produces more now. All right, I'm back out. It's kind of late morning. Thought I'd try late morning here, see what happens. I mean, it's really cool out here, really cold and cool, and the rain stopped last night. So I probably should have got her out earlier and just sat longer, but I'm out now. I checked my trail camera coming in, and yesterday it was raining. I sat in a different spot, and it stopped raining, and it was just kind of drizzling and stuff. So I went out, and then at about 6:30 it started raining pretty hard. I stayed out there till like 6:40, and made my way back out of the woods, and checking my trail camera, I see myself walking back at 6:40 on there, and then I see the deer coming through at 6:50. So if I would have stayed out like a few minutes later, I most likely would have seen those deer. But it's funny. It's just funny. I don't know if I would have taken them or not. I'm kind of on the fence of, because they're does, kind of on the fence if I want to take a doe or not. I mean, it's meat. It's good meat. But anyway, I'm gonna sit here today for a while, see if anything comes through. All right, I think it's time to get down. The wind's kind of shifting on me, and I think I saw a great horned owl fly right up in the tree here. I mean, it was close, but I don't know. And I didn't hear its wings beating it off. It was large, and I don't know of anything else that it could be. I mean, besides like a hawk, but usually hawks that large aren't in thick forests like this. They're up soaring up above. A couple of days ago, the farmers harvested their fields, so we'll see how that plays out. It might benefit me in some capacity, I'm hoping. But we'll get down out of this tree and go back in. Well, I'm back out again. We'll see how this night goes. I think it's getting close enough to the rut where we can do a little grunt in here. The old Primos. I thought I lost this thing for the longest time. I finally found it this year again. I haven't had it for like, I don't know how long, 5 years or so. I was so excited when I found it. That's what happens when you go through your crap once in a while. You find things. Try that. That's all I'm doing. I hate it when they come in on you all sneaky. That's what it does. They sneak up on you. But if they hear that, they might come later, you know, and investigate the area. So let's see what happens. Got a young deer here. Let's see what else is with it. area back there. Do I want to shoot a doe though? That's the question. I think there's something behind this one. Well, we had a little excitement there for a while. That little young deer came in. I thought for sure there was going to be something behind it. I thought I heard a crack behind it, which I may have. Maybe they just went out a different way. But at least we saw something. It's getting dark, so probably just head back in here. I still have shooting light, but the camera's not going to pick up anything. I don't even know if you can see me right now. So I might sit around here for a little bit longer. I'm going to go see if I can find a different spot for my tree stand because it's not very fruitful where it is at the moment. Saw that one deer so far there, so we'll go investigate it a little bit more and see if we can find a different area for it. I got my poochie with me. This is a fresh scrape. Here's another massive scrape right here. This is huge. Well, it looks like a lot of deer come from out here under this maple, and then work their way that way. And behind you, there's some group of spruce trees that I might be able to get up in. Get a shot down here. I think they come under here just because it has shaded this area to make it easier to maneuver around. I don't know if you can tell, but everywhere else is just a bunch of prickers and stuff. But this is fairly open in here. And then, like I said, there's these big spruce behind you that I might be able to get up in. The same kind of spruce that I was up over there in my other tree stand area. Actually, there's a scrape right under this tree. There's a scrape there. And there's a tree I'm thinking right there. All right. Just gotta get this thing down. Just. See if I can just drop this thing. Nope, it's gonna get hung up. There you go. I don't like it. Got nothing very sturdy here to step on. Well, I got the tree stand up. We'll see what happens in this area here. Looks pretty promising, but this will probably be it for this video. That was all of October. All of my October hunt. It's November 2nd now. So the next video will be my November hunt, and we'll see what happens then. Gun season's coming up, and after gun I can continue with my bow up till January. So thanks for joining me for this one, and I hope to see you on the next one.